All right, so I learned really early on from my parents that affection is bad. That's not true. I love my mom. She's the dearest. I don't care for my dad, but my mom is like a really cool lady. I love my mom. And my mom, my poor mother, I used to pull pranks on her. Still do. And she does that. Like we like to play practical jokes on each other from time to time. And one of my favorite things to do is around the 4th of July, I'd buy these little poppers. They can pull strings and they would just go pop. That's it. Really boring. No lights, just pop. And I would tie them to weird places, like the cabinets or the toilet seat, or and leave the toilet seat up. So whenever she had to pull the toilet seat down, it'd go pop. Just to scare her. The dishwasher, the microwave, all right? And so, you know, I would just put them in random places. Nobody got hurt, but she'd always scream, and then she'd come find me and hit me with a spoon. So, by the way, the last time I got hit with a spoon, I was a freshman in college. I was playing a stupid game where I was making fun of my brother, and he was making fun of me. But we were in the kitchen and Mom was trying to cook. And so she went, "Get out of the kitchen!" and hit us both. And I was like, "Did you just bang me?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it again." I was like, "I'm out here." I have a very fiery Irish mother, love her pieces. She's wonderful, but she hits me because she loves me. All right, so anyway, so she decided to get me really good. And she wins, by the way, she won. So I was in marching band. It was my freshman year. And I was in marching band. And I went to a game. And when we got back to the band room, the band director said, "Hey, call home. Have your parents come pick you up." Usually, my mom lives about 7 minutes away. No big deal. So I call home. My mom answered the phone and said, "Hey, the game's over. I'm ready to go home." She goes, "Okay, I'll be there in about 10 minutes or so. I put on my shoes and go." I'm like, "Great, cool, no big deal." So one by one, my friends start leaving. 10 minutes go by, Mom's not there, 15, 20, 30, 45. And I'm going, and then it is just me and my band teacher, Miss Brady. And I go, "I'm so sorry. My mom said she was going to be here. I tried calling back and nobody answered. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry." And I could tell Miss Brady was mad, but at the same time, you know, it's part of the job. There's probably been a lot of times where one of you was sitting there in the band room with your band director, waiting on your parents to pick you up, and the band director looked mad, because they were, but they weren't mad at you. It's not your fault that your parents are worthless. So.
Wow.
That's what I always think whenever it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm still waiting for parents to come pick up their kids. I'm just like, I am called to VHS. But I won't. I'm just mad because I want to go home and sleep. So anyway, so she's tolerating me, and then all of a sudden there's a knock at the band room door, the outside door. And I go to open the door thinking it's my mom. I open the door, and I look, and then I look up, and there's a Washington County Sheriff. And he said, "Are you David Higgin?" And I went, "Yes, sir." He grabbed my arm, turned me around, pushed me against the wall, and told me I was under arrest. He read me my Miranda rights, all the while my band director looked at me and went, "Oh, I know, this would be the best." So, anyway, he puts me in the squad car. I'm tearing up. Like, I'm like legitimately terrified. All right? Because I'm legitimately terrified to this day of the police. There's never been a time in my life where the police arrived and the situation was good. Okay? Usually police mean something bad's about to happen or we need to get out of the way. Okay? Because they got a job to do. So I was terrified. And I was sitting there, I don't know what I did. And then the policeman, like my band director standing outside as I'm getting arrested with this dumbfounded look. And the policeman goes over, talks to my band teacher, and she looks at me in the car and goes, it gives me the most disappointed look I've ever received. And by the way, to this day, if I got that look from Stacey Graham, to this day, I would be devastated. Because I love my band director more than I love my parents. Okay, I really did. My band teacher was the coolest person. It's why I wanted to be a band teacher. So I thought my band teacher was so cool. And there was one time I accidentally called her mom. I felt really awkward, but I was like, I'm not taking it back. So anyway, my band director looks at me and looks all disappointed. So I was just like, oh God, what did I do? And so I'm sitting there in the squad car. And the police officer gets in, and I finally get the courage to speak up. And I was like, excuse me, officer, what did I do? He goes, you know what you did! And I just looked, you know? And then finally, his partner, the other police officer who had been in the car, goes, man, I can't do this anymore. And he turns around, I'm in handcuffs. He turns around and goes, hey, your mom ran out of gas on the highway, and we offered to come pick you up and take you home. And she said this would be funny. So, just letting you know, my mom is both the coolest and the meanest. Because, man, I got home and I was like, why did you do that? She's like laughing and just cackling and laughing, and I was like, oh, and she goes, next time you think about those fireworks, maybe you'll think twice. And I was like, oh no, I don't learn lessons. And so, to this day, we still mess with each other, but it's really fun. So that was the one time I got arrested by a police officer. Luckily, it was a fluke, it did not go on my record, but that was a fun time. And hopefully, if your parents love you as much as mine do, they'll have you arrested too.